Hello everyone, this is Pat from PSA Custom Creations, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the Miller Infinity welding, auto darkening welding helmet. Just picked this one up for work purposes, and I have for home purposes my Lincoln Electric Viking 3350. This one does not have the 4C lens in it. I talked about that 4C lens in another video when I reviewed this one. I've been very happy with this helmet. Had it about a year and a half now. It's done very well with me. The 4C does have a really nice clear lens, so if you choose to get the Lincoln, make sure you get the 4C. You'll notice a really night and day difference in the clarity of it. I was very happy with it. The way it worked the way it turned out for where I work, we ended up buying the Miller. So what I'm going to do, this will be the first time I've ever used the Miller. I have in front of me a bunch of parts from Swag Off-Road, some of the heavy-duty brake kits, and I'm going to put these things together, use this new welding helmet, and see how it performs as I do these. I may flip back and forth between the Lincoln and the Miller just to see how it turns out, but overall this will be my impression of it. The Miller comes with a bunch of accessories. We picked up more lens covers, front lens covers, inside parts. The headgear on the Miller is quite a bit different, at least as far as the pads, or similar, but there is enough difference there between the pads and the harnesses. You've got the back piece here. It does come with the center newer part that goes and sits on the crown of your head, or near the crown of your head. You can put it up front, you can put it on the rear one, whichever one you choose. I'm going to try it out. Like I said, I've never used this hood before, so let's see what happens with it, and you'll at least get my opinion for what it's worth. Back to these helmets. What I'm going to try to show you is I've had the Lincoln for over a year and a half now. I may need to change out these covers, but just to give you an idea of looking through here, and we'll see if the camera will let you go through here, or look through. See if you can see through. Now there's a little bit of a backscatter, but see if you can see through into the shop. That's the Lincoln helmet versus, of course, the brand new Miller. And you can see how clear it is through there right now for the Miller. So, for starting purposes, the Miller might be a little bit easier for me to set up, work with. I do have to go ahead and put in my cheater lens. Of course, I'm getting old, so I need that. It's got brackets here. I'll put that in, try out the Miller. The Miller, what I'm trying to show is just what the digital display looks like. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. You've got your shade, the delay, and the sensitivity setting. I'll go ahead and read the directions on it, see how I can adjust it. Right now it's set up for an 11 for the shade. The delay is a 0, and sensitivity set it as 6. So I'm going to play with this a little bit. So for welding purposes, all I've been doing so far is tacking up the pieces and parts for this Swag Off-Road heavy duty press brake and finger brake. I've got the top portions tacked. I have these pins tacked, and I've been using the Miller face shield for this, or helmet for this, and so far it's nice and light. For tack purposes, it's been doing great. I'm going to have to run some serious beads on these across the bottom die, so hopefully that will help me to put the welding helmet to the test. I did bounce between this one and my Lincoln just for one tack, just to see how it is. And again, maybe it's just because the Lincoln is an older helmet. It's been a year and a half of decent use. The clarity is not quite there for the Lincoln as there is right now for the Miller. It may be just because the covers are nice and new and clean, or it may of course just be better technology. I have noticed a little bit that between the two helmets, this one does seem, the Miller does seem a little bit more flexible, a little bit more pliable than the Lincoln. The Lincoln seems just a tad bit more rigid. Maybe it's because of the type of forming that took place. But right now I'm happy with the Lincoln. It does seem relatively lightweight. I'd have to put it on a scale to see if there's a real difference between there. Because I've only used the Miller so far for tacking purposes, I have not noticed a difference. Once I start running the beads and run this, granted it's not going to be like I am a professional welder wearing it all day, but so far I've been pretty happy with it. Let me do some welding on this, test out the Miller helmet some more. end of the day, I've been welding the Swag Off-Road press brake, Swag Off-Road finger brake, these gooseneck style weld it yourself pieces, plus one or two more other things, and been using the Miller Digital Infinity new auto darkening lens or hood, and I'm very happy with it. I tried to show through the camera what it looks like in comparison to my Lincoln 3350. Good welding helmet. This one's nice as well. The clarity right now is better on this one than it is on the Lincoln. I was very happy when I purchased the Lincoln. Of course, they came out a little bit later with their 4C model, which has even increased clarity. I don't have a 4C to compare to the Miller, but if you had a choice between these two, as of right now, I might stick to the Miller. I was very happy with this one. Clarity is better on this one. It is a little bit more pliable, like I said. The headgear with this piece on the top and the piece on the back is comfortable. I had no issues with it. Granted, again, I have not used it for days on end or weeks on end, but right now, I would say this would be a good investment if you were trying to decide whether between a Lincoln and a Miller. But again, not a 100% direct comparison because this isn't the 4C. So if you had a 4C or the opportunity to get a 4C, I would say definitely do that. If you're a Miller fan, go with this one. I have Miller machines. I've also got a Lincoln helmet. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I go with what I think is good value for the money and what I think is a good, solid company. And both of these companies are very good companies. I've been to Lincoln Weld School. That's where I picked this up at a great price. This one, good price as well too. I've got blue machines behind me over here. I've used red machines. It doesn't matter. Good, comfortable welding helmet. I think you'll be happy with it. That's my opinion on these helmets so far. I did end up using my cheater glasses as opposed to the cheater lens. They both work fine. I wanted to test it between the two. So you may see a couple times in some of these videos when I was making these brakes that I'd flip between my glasses or the cheater. Neither of them had a problem. I was wearing the dust mask or particulate mask underneath the hood. I've done it under both of them, or underneath both hoods. Never had an issue with it. My suggestion, start wearing these if you're not already doing so. You'll save yourself a lot of heartburn in the future as you age, as you're breathing off these nasty fumes and other stuff that's coming off of the welding. So thank you for watching. Feel free to visit me at psacustomcreations.com. My Etsy shop is named PSA Custom Creations. I got a Facebook page. I post on Welding Web, etc. Leave some comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and let me know what you think. Thank you.